So hi, today I'm just gonna talk about the DAG in logging system. So I'm just gonna try to recap the last video of it. The reason why I emphasize those kind of logging system and like A/B testing, those kind of thing is this is really credential. If it's for a startup, you really have to take care about those kind of logging system and the A/B testing. The reason why it directly there's an impact on the business part because a lot of big tech companies, a lot of like Netflix, whatever, like Facebook, what they did was they almost like even Reddit, they almost use a lean startup to basically I measure and do the learn and then pivot thing. This is really it's also called the BML loop. Lean startup is using the two strategy which is BML loop, build, measure, learn loop, and the pivot. You learn something from the measure, and because you can measure because you build a product, and based on that, if there's low retention rate but whatever, you pivot thing. And lean startup and the most important part is that this build is also important because this build means that we somehow think of a hypothesis that user will like something. User will, example, if you are like OpenAI company, you think that user will like to talk about the whatever stuff into our input, and user will like to click the button, and user will like to copy paste those kind of things. And based on those kind of hypotheses, people or OpenAI whatever build stuff, and based on that you measure if this hypothesis is correct, because you don't know about users. If you know about users, if you 100% guarantee that your product will be loved by 1 million of user. But if you think that you are just some kind of weirdo because you never know of it, it's really based on the luck. You don't know what your friends like, that, and you if you're pretty sure that you think you're sure about like 100 million, and 1 million you're like your product is gonna be your some kind of delusional. So you have to do the measure stuff, because you know your product is not perfect. You have to measure if this is that user common like, and after that you learn it. Based on that you learn stuff. Okay, I measure, so the learn is gonna be capable from the measure, because in the measure you can see the return rate and page views and MAU, DAU, whatever stuff. And based on that, this you can learn from it. You learn, you somehow think about the people thing. So I think this pivot is really, really important. This pivot is that I think, because so if there's really low retention rate, you have to think about other hypothesis that opposite of the current hypothesis, and you have to really make this pivot as quick as possible and go to the build stuff. And you have to let users know that you already changed, you are really flexible of the what users interest, and I think that's kind of it. Or you have to think about the customer. But the question is that how do you really do the measure stuff? You can use just post-hug library, but my recommendation is think about your own way of it. So we are trying to use DAG, directional acyclic graph, for the measure part, because if you look at the lot of the website, most of the features gonna be able by the button click or whatever click. So my hypothesis, what I would think about it is, why don't I make some kind of user flow graph that indicates the user behavior, and you also make your hypothesis graph that the user will like those kind of behavior, and you compare this is same or similar or not. If it's not similar, that means the user didn't like your user will not your hypothesis, if user don't like your product, whatever, you have to think about the people thing. So this is really kind of DAG, and why this is kind of important. Even measure thing is important. So I think this is it. Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye bye.